What's going on today, my fish keeping freaks? We are back in the fish room and I aquascaped this tank. I had a full aquascape video for you guys, but guess what? That SD card broke in half. That's really cool, isn't it? That's exactly what we needed. It was for the SD card to snap in half. When I had this, that I needed to edit for you guys, but we might as well talk about what I did to this, and then we'll get a glimpse of what else we're doing in our 40-gallon breeders, because they all need scaped, and we need to scape them. So we got one done, 5 more to go. 5 more to go. So yeah, let me show you how I did this guppy tank. This is what we're looking like. Looking pretty good, right? It's nice and simple, nothing too much, nothing too crazy, but let me tell you, they are loving it. My fancy tailed guppies are loving it. Where's the female? Where's the females at? Where you at, ladies? Right in front, and I can't even see them. What up, ladies? Beautiful girls. Good looking dudes. And then, of course, our long fin bristlenoses, you already know. Just booling, big chillin', big chillin'. But yeah, so that wood I took from our yellowtail ACI there. I took it from that tank there because they don't want the wood. All they want is rocks and crevices. They will get more rocks and crevices here shortly, but they didn't need that wood in there, so we might as well reuse the wood. That's how you do it in the fish room. Everything you're not using that is like not being of use in a tank, throw it in a different tank that could use it, baby. That's the same thing that we did with the plants. All these plants in here, the Java moss was already on there, but our pearl weed that we have scattered throughout the foreground is all from this tank right here that's got our baby monsters in it. All that giant pearl weed there just going crazy. We just took a whole bunch of clippings off of that and you can't even tell. Look at that, that's a giant bush of pearl weed. Also, that sword, that thing, whatever that thing's called, put that down in the comments, whatever that plant's called back there. But yeah, this sword and that crypt in the back there, you can see that crypt kind of hanging out. Also, was just from this back corner here because it was just like not doing well. It was just not doing well in that corner, obviously because the light's not really getting over there. So the snails were just taking it over. And if the snails are going to eat it, I might as well try and use it in a different tank where it has a better use. I would say the guppy tank is looking pretty immaculate as of right now. And then the same thing for this one. We're going to do wood as well in this one. And I think the wood in here is going to look so good. And then in here, I think we're going to do more, keep the rock scape, but just add a couple pieces of wood here and there because I'm sure the rams would absolutely love it. And it looks like I have, those two definitely look like females or males because look at the yellow, how prominent that yellow is. And then look at this girl. Not much yellow, right? And then they have like long stringers. See how this guy's got long stringers off his dorsal? Like, look at that. I'm guessing that's a male and that's a male because they look very similar. But then this one is a female because look, she's not as yellow. Does that make sense? Those two are really yellow and that guy not so yellow. So I'm just guessing we got 2 males and 1 female. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. That's going to work out pretty well for us. Now, on to our albino peacocks. They are going to get a much needed upgrade because we're going to put a boatload of rocks in here. we're gonna get a whole bunch of rocks from the fish swap, September 29th, that fish swap. We're gonna get a whole bunch of rocks, and it's pretty much gonna go in that tank and our yellowtail ACI tank. Now, I think that's gonna look so good. I'm pumped for it, to be honest. I'm pumped to have this whole wall full of plants. But yeah, this is just gonna be kind of like a walkthrough of what I'm thinking in my head. And then look at this saltwater tank. Look how clean and clear this looks. Yes, the brown algae is all over the back, but I don't have a protein skimmer, and that's mostly why. Now, the fun part, okay, we need to do something super fun, is we need to find our anemone. Our anemone was up in that corner. As you can see, not in that corner anymore. Now, we get to try and find her. Where are you at, girl? I have no idea. Give me 1 second while I try and find this girl. Yeah, I have no idea where she is. I just looked for like 20 minutes. And I have no clue where our bubble anemone is. But all the corals are looking good and getting big. I just fed them yesterday. Look at that guy there. They're loving life right now. That guy looks so massive when the light's on, but when the light's off, he gets so small. I mean, the corals are just looking immaculate. I love them. I love this. Such a good idea to have a saltwater tank. But yeah, don't know where the anemone is? I will keep you guys posted. I have no idea. Not a clue. Of course, let's check on our monsters just to see how they're doing. Might as well throw you guys some pellets. Look, they're waiting. Get it, Oscar, get it. What up, redtail? Get it, Oscars, get it. Before this big boy eats it all. Yeah, he will devour everything. What up, buddy? Silly boy. But yeah, all these need aquascaped. We did aquascape this one extremely well. All we did was throw that piece of wood on top. And you already know, added the plants. But like I said, that's what you need to do. When you have a whole bunch, or maybe not even a whole bunch, if you have just a couple tanks that has plants in them, you're keeping up with them, you're keeping them healthy, keeping them growing, and you start a new tank, what's the point of buying more plants when you could just take clippings off your original plants and then start them in your tank? That's less money you gotta spend, way cheaper, way more accessible, because then you don't have to order or go somewhere to get the plants. You can just take the plants that are in your original tank. That's one of the best ideas, and one of the best ideas you could possibly do to get more plants in your tank, get an easier and way better experience in your fish keeping hobby. And yeah, don't be scared of snails. Snails are not bad. Just don't let them get out of control. That's a fact. So don't overfeed. Always go lighter on the feed than heavy. Always go lighter, because you can always do it again. If you fed really light, you can feed them again later that night, or just give it a day, feed a little bit more the next day, but just be careful with that. But yeah, our guppies have not bred yet, that I know of. Looking in here, I don't see any babies at all. But my Java moss in here is literally purling. Like, that's how good it, like, that's how much it loves it in that tank. But yeah, we got guppies that are hopefully breeding soon. I did throw my skunk cories down in here with our swordtails because I just think they look better in here, and hopefully we can get them to breed in here. We'll get them fattened up, breeding real well, hopefully, and they can lay all their eggs in all that guppy grass with algae all grown in it. So yeah, they can lay all their eggs in that, keep them away from the swordtails. But I think we're gonna have quite a lot of breeding going on here in the next couple weeks. And these angels look like they paired off as well. I think our idea has worked. They have been swimming together quite often. And when they're feeding together, they're doing everything like they should together. So I think we have a male and female pair. Because if you look at her little hole, I don't know if it'll focus on it. Her little deal there, her tube, I'm pretty sure that's a female. Like I can see her tube. Wait, she just pooped? I can see her tube and he doesn't have that. So I'm pretty, my percentage has now gone up to like 90% sure. But the whole fish room is doing great. Denise, of course, is loving life, eating her snails like crazy. I mean, the graveyard of snail shells all over the bottom is insane. But yeah, too bad we lost that footage, but we did aquascape one of our 40-gallon breeders down for our guppies and our longfin bristlenose. So yeah, our next one will probably be either our Bolivian rams or our angels. Let's just say any of the bottom rack we're gonna do, because the cichlids, they're just gonna want straight rocks and no wood. And I just ordered a whole bunch of wood, so we're gonna be able to aquascape the whole bottom tanks, as well as maybe throw a couple pieces of wood in some other tanks. But if you guys enjoyed the video or have any suggestions on what you would like to see in the fish room more, put it down in the comments. But hey, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.